sorry. Got it.
Well done.
Last year, Joseph Fares, or as you might know him, the Fuck the Oscars guy, announced the team's latest game, A Way Out. He promised the game would be a one-of-a-kind experience that would be impossible to dislike if you played the game from start to finish.
And to me, Nick, that seemed like a personal challenge.
It's Rob V.
So I bought a copy of the game and shared it with Nick, and we played through from start to finish. And much like, I need a little bit of help today because of the whole voice thing, so it's a co-op review of a co-op game.
That's right, and I think one of the biggest selling points about the game is the $29.99 price tag. A lot of AAA games normally at $59.99, but this is half the price, and you only need one copy?
You only need one copy, so really you could give me the $15 and we can split it, right? Because I did pay the whole $30.
Sure, that's all you need.
Also, what's really nice, EA gets no money from this.
That's right. This is part of the EA Originals program, and it's their indie label where they promise to finance a game, and in return, they get nothing out of it other than good PR.
And all that said, the game is all about the story and the characters, which really leads to the inevitable question, are the story and characters any good?
Well, in short, no. But the game does have some memorable and fun moments. It's very... not imaginative, because every single scenario is every possible cliche from every movie ever made ever. So if you've seen Shawshank Redemption, if you've seen Point Break, it's all there. But that being said, there's some cool stuff like this scene that you see right here. One player's driving the truck while the other player's shooting at the cop cars that are in pursuit. And doing stuff like this is genuinely a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, I didn't particularly care about my character. I cared about the things that I was doing, and I cared about you, because really it was the enjoyment of playing the co-op game together which made it shine. And that shine really comes with a lack of polish throughout the game.
Yeah, and speaking of lack of polish, like, it's present throughout the entire game, but near the end of the game, we started to run into a lot more stuff that felt rougher. As you can see, we were running away from this car, and all of a sudden it just suddenly got in front of us. We did nothing wrong. The game glitched out, and we're like, okay, I guess we gotta start this over again, so that's fine. We'll do that.
Oftentimes guns would disappear. You'd walk into invisible walls. There were a lot
You got the
of
static animations that are going into the cutscenes.
A lot of little things to take you out of the experience, and also all the disbelief you had to suspend while playing.
Yeah, I'm not usually a stickler about the suspension of disbelief in order to experience the story, but it was so blatant in this game. Oh my God, it's impossible to avoid. And despite some weak plot beats and flat characters, A Way Out's marriage of gameplay and player competition is genuinely fun. So as soon as you start the game, you're in prison, and the first thing you're met with is the ability to lift weights and like do pull-ups and stuff, and you can compete. The game actively keeps score in these mini games, and that is where you get that sympathy. That's where I care about the character, because I care about trying to win.
I mean, you lost literally every minute game we played.
I won this arcade game. I won this. Coral, play that footage right there. I played this arcade game with Joey. I beat him. I did not say a damn word. I was like, I'm not even going to say anything. I beat Joey in this.
We played
it's fine.
8 different mini games, and Nick won the one that was broken.
Hey, you
but
know
that's
what?
not.
I still won. I still won, damn it.
Congratulations, 1 of 8. And the mini games were a lot of fun, though, because we would often stop whatever we were doing. Like, our kids would be in danger, and we'd have to,
It's like, better balance in this wheelchair.
Yeah, better play baseball right now.
And one thing that I really like about the game is, despite it being kind of a cliched story, you genuinely feel like you're the star of an action movie. And the game does something really cool with how it splits the screen, in that the game is always split screen, no matter what's happening. So while Leo on the right here is experiencing a heartfelt moment with his son, Vincent on the left is playing darts and just guys being dudes, It's just a guy hanging out, and one player is not forced to watch something that he's not involved with. And I think that in turn has a lot of storytelling potential for this type of game going forward.
And the moments are really unique and fun.
Yeah, there's some really cool stuff happening in here, and there's some really cool chase scenes that happen that you can see right here. Like this is thrilling. This is cool. This is stuff that you don't really see too much in the game, but when it happens, you're appreciative of it.
They're the bright moments for sure. And at the end of the day, A Way Out feels like the start of something new in gaming. And like any new idea, the alpha phase is a janky one. The core idea of cooperative storytelling interspersed with intra-player conflict is a good one. Its execution, however, leaves a little bit to be desired.
That's right. Thrilling chase sequences and harrowing escapes often fizzle out in weak character development and, just flat storyline straight from movies you've already seen. But that being said, the tempting price point and the promised experience is a good one, just not one that'll probably stick with you for some time to come. If nothing else, this game makes me excited for the next iteration of what this kind of game looks like going forward, and hopefully one with a story worth actually telling.
And the ending of the story was pretty okay. If you stick through to the end, the game's a little bit short. I think that if you have a buddy to play with, it's definitely worth your time. So, Nick, what's our verdict?
Despite us kind of poo-pooing it a little bit, I do think that the game is genuinely interesting and well worth the $29.
It's doing something new.
As long as you have somebody to play with. So for us, that's going to be a buy.
Okay!
That wraps it up for this. Take it away, Alex.
Hey, that's me!
I put the tie on.